box, little box, auto parts stores, you name it. Seafoam's right there on the shelf waiting for you. A wonderful product in a world of bad gas. Seafoam.
To conclude with Ethel Bianca Vernig, you voters in Mendota and Egan, I don't know a great deal about her, but what we do know is that she has enough absence of character to have allowed us to pay her private legal bill. I'll just leave it at that. I hope this gets revisited. That was her problem. It shouldn't be our problem. You know what it cost you to inaugurate the new president of the University of Minnesota, Rebecca Cunningham?
I'm not sure that I want to know. $50,000.
Wow.
How knave I am. Yeah, I'm very
Why are
knave.
you knave? It was held September 18th. Star Tribune's getting around to it today. That's great. I appreciate the information. So they had it on September 18th. They had an inauguration ceremony, and that was followed by a Northrop Mall celebration. $272,700.
I'm sorry. One more time?
What?
I can give you that one more time because, well, calm down, Joe.
Simadonna.
$272,700. $3,300 over the high-end budget estimate. So they were budgeting a fortune anyway, but it still went over that.
Wow. You can do that?
Yeah. The Star Tribune issued a public data request and got the numbers. Her predecessor, Joan Gabel, these college presidents,
Another
they
club.
got the same club as the
Another
Supers.
club, you're right.
This is a great gig. Her predecessor, Joan Gabel, was installed in September 2019. Boy, that isn't that long ago. And that event cost $150,000. That price tag was scaled back from the $250,000 that you originally expected to spend after critics, including former Governor Arne Carlson, urged Gabel to cut those costs. Among the costliest items from this year's festivities were catering, $74,000.
Woo!
Oh, my God.
Wow.
That's some nice caviar.
Security provided by the coppers, $51,000. Audio-visual support and American Sign Language interpretation, $26,000.
Wow.
A tent, a table, and chair rental, $17,000.
Holy cow. I'm in the wrong business.
Roughly half the expenses, about $136,000, supported the outdoor campus celebration on the mall, which was a university-wide celebration open to the public.
Which students don't even care to go to.
Were you aware of it?
No, I went there. We never had any of those.
You're a proud former student.
Yeah, that got kicked out.
The ceremony portion of the day added $122,000, although it was initially estimated to cost $63,000 to $80,000. Security costs provided by the university police far exceeded the high budget estimate of $3,000. The U.S. Department of Public Safety and the U of M Police Department decide how much security campus events should have. Our Department of Public Safety recommended additional security measures to ensure safety of guests and participants based on public information about planned protests. This is according to Jack Ricker, a U spokesperson. I love you cops, but were you scamming us here? Did you see a payday here? What?
Well, why does it cost extra? If you're already on duty, why would it cost extra?
Because it's private.
Well, the inauguration ceremony was interrupted when several dozen protesters from the University of Minnesota Divest Coalition stood up in the auditorium and
Stop Israel.
chanted that we need to divest from Israel. After about 5 minutes and several warnings, those students exited. Northrop and Cunningham continued her speech. There were protesters on the mall. Well, we had other expenses related to entertainment. We had lawn games rental. Like jarts, maybe?
Lawn jarts, yeah. I mean, what would you...
Croquet.
Yeah. Redneck Frisbee.
Lawn games rental, that was $2,000.
Cornhole.
Appearances by the used Spirit Squad and mascots totaled $3,500, and another $3,300 was paid to the used School of Music for a conductor, honorariums for performers, and specialty music arrangements. Wait a minute. Hold on a minute.
Hold on.
Check this out. You mean to tell me, isn't that what they're supposed to do anyway?
They're with the school.
You can't go over there and bang a bass drum for the new president. We have to pay you?
And the other part.
What a bunch of BS this
The
is.
Spirit Squad. We gave $3,500 to Goldie Gopher to show up.
Wait a
Yeah,
minute.
mascots.
So just go
Wait
like
a minute.
this.
Wait a minute. Wait. We need to look within our own halls.
What are you
John,
talking about?
Yeah.
what are we paying you to perform at the state fair?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Okay, good.
But that's why musicians can't make it in this day and age. They're not respected. They're not paid. So
Wow.
They can if
No
they don't
bitterness.
give up.
they cannot.
Yes,
You're
they
nuts. You want to have a show on this, I'll do an
here we
entire
go.
hour and a half with you.
Well, then how come there's always new acts?
Whom? Name a few right now that you think are making a lot of money.
Guys, let's
Jayhawks.
focus. Let's focus.
A new act.
Let's circle
45
back
years
here.
ago.
Lawn games rental cost $2,000, and the used Spirit Squad
Damn.
and mascots $3,500, and another $3,300 to the School of Music for a conductor. Isn't that what
how
the hell else
precious.
does he have to do?
Right.
The panel discussion and lunch, another part of the day, cost between $6,500 and $9,700. It came within budget at $9,400.
Oh, to be praised.
The university committed to using many internal departments for services, Ricker said. Wouldn't your U School of Music be an internal component? They're part of the
think.
school.
Yeah, you get comped there.
The Ricker said Sky Lakes, the university's supplier for residence hall dining and food, was chosen to cater. About 2/3 of the event's total expenses were provided by either U departments or Sky Lakes. Well, not the music. That's a U department.
Can I
The
get
mall-
you
just a minute. The mall event featured corn on the cob dipped in vats of butter,
yeah.
trail mix,
Yeah.
and 4,000 Honeycrisp apples.
That's what I was going to ask you. Can I get you an apple? 4,000 Honeycrisp apples? 4,000?
We have to be sensitive here. Those with dietary restrictions could also request veggies and hummus.
Yeah, right.
Cunningham, who previously served as VP for Research and Innovation at the University of Michigan, took over July 1st. She oversees a budget of more than $4 billion to run the university's 5 campuses. And, of course, they're begging for your money every single year. She was the
What do you got
U's
for me?
second female president following Gabel. Cunningham is being paid more than $1 million a year, about $975,000 in base pay, and an additional $120,000 in retirement contributions. She doesn't have to make her own contributions.
Right.
We'll make them for her. Boy, Vernig, we're lucky with Vernig. She only got $108,000 settlement. That compensation puts her in the top 25% of Big Ten university presidents.
How
We are
necessary
scammed
is
every
this?
day in so many ways.
Well,
Yes, Kenny?
Let's just get down to it. How necessary is it? I mean, why is there an inauguration? Does it have to happen?
Pomp and circumstance.
So, I mean, it's not part
it's all
of
a
taking.
big deal. It's all look who we have now. It's the failed academy. They're on their third rail too.
Why-
Don't
why-
forget.
I'm asking you, is it necessary?
No, of course not. Of course
Okay.
not.
Okay.
Why not just do it as a part of the graduation ceremony? That's a big deal.
Well, she came in July. I suppose they figure they got to do something to announce her arrival. So in September, when school's in session, they throw the shindig.
I'm detecting